Well, it's August 1st, so it's the first of the month, and we're going to go through TradeMiner Pro, and we're going to pick our stocks. This is my secret weapon on how to pick up the right stocks to be looking at for the next, we're going to look, probably for the next week, maybe going into the next month, of course, since this is the month of August. So we're going to come up here, and of course, this is an AI system. We've been working with AI in TradeMiner for a number of years now. AI is finally getting popularized, and so I'm kind of showing you. This is the prompt that we've got up here in the left-hand corner. All you have to do is read the prompt and fill in the information that you want. And so we're going to come in and we're going to search for trends in the month of, and then of course we got the drop down here is August. Now, of course, we can come in here and use symbols, and we can look at a specific symbol and find out when any specific symbol is being recommended by the AI system. But we want to do the month. So we're going to come in here and we're going to say month, and we're going to say in the month of August, find trends that have one at least. And we got in here 80% of the time showing you can do both bullish and bearish, but we're just going to do bullish. We're only interested in taking long positions this month, and then we're going to list trends that last at least 10 trading days, but no more than 30 trading days. And again, these are user definable fields. You can put that in there. The AI system will go out and find all this information for you. And then we're going to find at least 10 years of history. Now, we've got same symbol, duplicate start dates. We got that turned on to remove those. These are filters. Remove the same symbol, overlapping trade dates. We're going to remove those as well. So we want to go back and find at least 10 years of history. So this is the lowest that the AI system will find. It will show us, of course, more than that. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit search. Now, before I do that, I want to show you in the user preferences, you can come in here and you can dial in all kinds of different settings for the AI system to take into considerations. One of the important things for this is the score weighting preferences. Now, this is the default settings where we have volatility set at 35, the average return is 15%, accuracy is 15, and the drawdown is 35. And you'll notice that the total is 100%. If that drawdown is too big for you, you can adjust that, but then you have to adjust something else in there to match your criteria to meet 100%. All right, so these are your settings in here to set up the AI system to kind of moderate its scans through the stocks to find out which ones you want. Now, if you come in here to the settings, you can see that I've got it selected on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Okay, so that's not very many. We can come down here and put it on the S&P 500, and that's going to open it up to a little bit more. So we got the S&P 500 in there. Now, if you've got a big computer with lots of memory, of course, the more memory you have, the more you can scan at one time. But we're going to just do the S&P 500. There's all kinds of filtering criteria that you can come in here and filter these out and say, create your own list rather than just the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ or something. And you can create your own list based on different conditions and values. But we're going to come back and just going to search the S&P 500 based on this prompt that we have up here in the left-hand corner. I'm going to hit search now. And you can see that the result line goes across and will calculate for us. The AI system is now going out and looking at the entire S&P 500, and it's going to rank it based on this prompt that we've given it up here in the top. Now that that's finished, you can see it's given us a list here for the month of August based on the criteria we set up for bullish trends. Now, this score right here, you can see, if we slide down, we got lots of greens, then it goes yellow, and then if you slide down far enough, I'm going to scoot down a little bit more, you can see it starts to turn red down here at the bottom. Now, this is the criteria set up with this user definable preferences down here with your score weighting. So that's what this score weighting is down here. That's that green, yellow, and red symbol over there, and it's scored from 0 to 5. So from 0 to 5, 5 being the best you can get, we're going to sort this, and you can sort it up and down just by clicking the headers of the table here. And so you can see that we got a 4.48 on XYL. So that's XYL systems. Starting on the open of August 3rd to the end of the close September 8th, 91% of the time over the last 11 years, that's 37 trading days, it's returned a 5% profit on average. Now, with a $1,000 investment, that would be $53, and your risk versus reward is 1 to 1.9. And of course, we go across with all kinds of great, wonderful statistics in there. Just about anything you can think of are all in that list for you, and you can sort by any of those. So, for example, we're sorting right now by the score. So this is our highest score. Our next highest score is Motorola, and the AI system is telling us that between August 4th and August 18th, 82% of the time over the last 11 years, that's a 15 calendar day trade, it's returned 4%. So that's 4% in 15 days. That's pretty good. So what we can do is we can go through and we can select some of these on these different criteria and move them over to the neural network to do some additional analysis. Now I'm going to come in, and before we do that, I want to sort by a couple of these others headers. So let's sort by winning ratio. And we're going to sort that and bring all the highest winning ratios to the top. You'll notice here that we've got CBOE Global Markets between August 7th and August 29th. 92% of the time over the last 12 years, that's 23 calendar days, it's returned 4%. So that's 4% return on average in 23 days between those two dates, between August 7th and August 29th. So we can come down the next XYL, which actually was the previous one that we just looked at. We've got PKG comes up in here. So this is Packaging Corp of America. Still, these are all part of the S&P 500, so they're all good stocks. So between August 29th and September 11th, that's 91% of the time over the last 22 years, 14 calendar days returned a 3% return. Now that doesn't come up till August 29th, so that one's not going to come up for a while, so we can ignore that one for right now. So what we can do now is we can sort on the start date. So let's just sort on the start date and start getting the ones that are all starting here on the 1st of this month. See if there's any greens. There's a couple of greens here. Here's Procter & Gamble. August 1st to August 18th, 82% of the time over the last 11 years. We've had an 18 calendar day trade. It's returned 2%. That's not the greatest, but 2% in 18 days, that's pretty good. We've got TJX. So TJX companies between August 1st and August 21st, 82% of the time over the last 11 years, 21 calendar days, returned 5%. That's a little bit better on average. Now we start going down into some of the yellows. Now, just because they're yellow doesn't mean it didn't fit the criteria above. It certainly did of our prompt up here. It's just that they just didn't score as high on our user preferences score down here on the score weighting. So it didn't score as high on the score weighting. It still is, in the month of August, it's found at least 80% of the time it's been bullish over the last 10 to 30 days, over the last 10 years. So that's what that's telling us right there. So if we select just a couple of these criteria, let's go ahead and select these two. And we're going to move those over. So we're going to move those into, so we hit down here, add to step 2. Those two are selected. Let's just go off the score now. We'll bring the top scores to the top, and we'll grab some of these. Let's grab just the top until it gets down from 4.8 down to 4. We'll just stop right here at 4, and we'll add those. We're going to add those to step 2. So now we've got a nice selection of stocks that have been highly ranked. Some of these aren't, at the first of the part of the month. So this is August 3rd, August 4th. This one here is August 23rd. We get down to August 29th. But this is a good selection of stocks for the month of August. So let's come over to the neural network now, and we're going to have the AI system go through it, helped us pick them. Now we're going to have it take a look at what's happening right now. The thing is that this first step of the AI system is going out, and what it's doing is it's selecting these stocks based on the history, what they've done in the past. Now we want to know what they're doing right now on this year, this current time frame. It's going to go out and look at the current markets and see what's going on, and we can come through here and we can say a neural network scan and compare upcoming opportunities within, this is 15 trading days of their beginning date against their historical trends. Now, the smaller that number is, the more accurate it's going to be, right? Because it's closer to the date of the trade. And the more data we've got, the better it's going to be. So we can come in here and say, well, let's just put in here 5 days and see what's going to happen within the next 5 days. So it's only going to pick the ones that are within the next 5 days, and then we're going to calculate that. It says market cycles to calculate this year's probability of success. The closer the entry date, the more reliable. So let's go ahead and hit calculate on that. And this takes a little bit longer because what it's doing is it's creating a fingerprint for every single historical date, and then it's coming along and it's going to create a fingerprint for this year. So, and then it's going to go through and compare this year's fingerprint to all the fingerprints of the history that it's got, and it's going to see which one of these fingerprints is a winning day, which one of these fingerprints is a losing day, or actually a losing year. So which one is a winning year, which is a losing year, and then it's going to create a fingerprint for this year, and then it's going to compare the fingerprints and see which ones match. If the fingerprint for this year is like winning trades, it's going to say it's more likely to win. If the fingerprint this year is for losing, more closely associated with losing trades, then it's going to show you that it's more likely to lose. So that's what it's doing now. It's creating fingerprints for everything within a 5-day period. And there we go. We have it done. So we're going to come in. We're going to sort by probability. And in here, you can notice down here at the bottom, we got 22 days until calculation, 16 days, 8 days, 4, 2 days. And then these are calculated. So our highest one is XYLM. So the fingerprint this year that is created so far looks more like winning trades back in the history. And then that's the same with Apple. So Apple is telling us that the fingerprint this year looks more like a winning trade, for the most part, medium, as it has in the past. And then this one, TJX, is a low fingerprint. This fingerprint this year doesn't look like any of the winning fingerprints in the past, so it gives it a low rating. And then these here, say Procter & Gamble, PG, for example, has a very low rating. This fingerprint does not look like the winning fingerprints in years past. So now we're going to come in and let's just grab these high ones. So we'll come in and we'll grab these first 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to now move those over and we're going to add them to the pick list. So now when we bring them into the portfolio pick list, we have our top 4 rankings for the month of August that the AI system has first selected from the historical list, and then it's gone through and created a fingerprint and compared this year with all the past years. And these are our 4 highest picks from the AI system. So now the AI system is going to go and do one more pick. So I'm going to come in here, and I like to have it just pick one at a time and tell me which ones it likes best out of here. So I'm going to say I would like to be in no more than, and I'm going to put down here just 1 trade. And I'm going to say 1 trade, total therefore the base current should be just 1. I'm able to add 1 trade at a time. So let's go ahead, and it says when auto-selecting trades for your portfolio only include trades where the probabilities have already been calculated. We can say yes on this because we only brought ones over from the neural network that had been that we'd already run the probabilities on them anyway, so this would just filter out if we brought any in that didn't. So we're going to go ahead and say auto select here. So the AI system is going to calculate out of these 4 which it feels is its favorite one out of those 4. So we hit auto select. That's its favorite one, Apple. Between August 4th and August 21st, 82% of the time over the last 11 years, Apple has returned a 4% return. So we're going to be looking at getting into Apple, but not until August 4th. We're going to start watching, and then on August 4th, we'll be looking to get into Apple. And it's generally had a little bit of a drawdown on occasion, so we could watch for a drawdown if we wanted to and try and get in on the drawdown. But for the most part, starting August 4th, between August 4th and August 21st, 82% of the time over the last 11 years, Apple has returned 4%. So now let's go in and have it select its second favorite. So I'm going to come in here and say I would like to be in no more than 2 trades at a time, and I would like to add 1 additional trade. So we're going to go in here and tell it to auto select. And its second favorite is Motorola. So between August 4th and August 18th, 82% of the time over the last 11 years, it has returned a profit of 4%. So that is Motorola. So we're going to be looking at Motorola and Apple on August 4th. Let's have it do one more. Now we're going to come in here and select 3. What's its third favorite out of this list? So its third favorite out of this list is XYL. So XYL between August 3rd to September 8th, so this goes a little bit longer, 91% of the time over the last 11 years, it's returned a 5% return on average. So those are our 3 tops. We got one more. Of course, we're just going to say one more, and it's going to add this one in there, and it's Royal Caribbean. So these are our 4 stocks that the AI system has picked from the top of the list for the month of August out of the entire S&P 500. All right, and if you would like to have a copy of TradeMiner Pro, you can go get one over at TradeMinerPro.com. Or you can just, wait for me to do it for you and send you these videos, whichever you prefer.